All right, let's look at a delta. So when a river empties into a body of standing water, it will form a delta. Basically, it's getting very close to its base level, and when it reaches its base level, then it has no more power to move sediment, and so it has to dump it in a pile right into whatever it flowed into. And of course, the ultimate base level is the ocean, and the Mississippi River carries sediment all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico and forms a big delta right in the Gulf of Mexico. But we don't have to go that far to see some good deltas. We can see some right here in Minnesota, or at least very close, right across the border in Wisconsin. So we're going to zoom in here to Lake Pepin. And what you see is right over here, this is the Rush River, which is coming in and forming a beautiful delta right here. So this is Lake Pepin. The water in Lake Pepin isn't moving very fast. The Rush River is carrying sediment down, and it deposits that sediment here. And you can see these kind of branching patterns here. And these are called distributaries. A distributary distributes sediment and water to different parts. And this particular type of delta is called a bird's foot delta. And you can tell because it's got these long extensions here that look like the toes of a bird. And so this is a great example of a little bird's foot delta in Lake Pepin. We can go a little further down Lake Pepin here and go to the bottom of Lake Pepin, and here we see where the Chippewa River is flowing into Lake Pepin, and the Chippewa is a much bigger river carrying a lot more sediment, and it has deposited a huge amount of sediment right here as a big delta. You can see lots of distributaries flowing in all directions over it, and in fact, this delta, which is right around Reed's Landing here, is responsible for the existence of Lake Pepin in the first place. What happened was you have this big valley here, and the Chippewa River started dumping sediment into that valley, and it essentially dammed up the Mississippi River. So it formed a natural blockage here, and so the water behind the delta has pooled up and formed Lake Pepin. And if we look further up, we can see that Lake Pepin extends all the way up here to around Bay City or so, but actually it used to extend much farther, all the way up to St. Paul, and it has been filling in for many years. And so over thousands of years, all of this sediment here has built up so that the only part of Lake Pepin that's left is this lower part here. And those are a couple of examples of local deltas.